Hello, YouTube. Not a good way to start the show. There we go. How you guys? Oh, this is way. Here we go. All right, gotta do one more thing here. There we go. All righty, YouTube. Anybody going to join us here? How about Reddit? Oh, what am I doing? I'm making a mess here. This should be going over there. Hello there, Michelle. There we go. Hello, Icy. Who do we got on Reddit tonight? All right. This is episode number 173 on YouTube. Messed up the beginning there. Always helps to turn on the camera. All righty. We ready to go? Let's rock and roll. American authors. American authors. Just two of us? Alrighty, guys. Reddit, we're playing Jeopardy. Final Jeopardy. Here we go. American authors. The 1877 novel Garth, about a New Hampshire family cursed by an ancestor's crime, is by Julian, son of this novelist. Just need a little drink here. Hello, Rick. Nice to see you. Anybody know this American author or authors? Well, I guess it's just the author. Let's go again. American authors. The 1877 novel Garth, about a New Hampshire family cursed by an ancestor's crime, is by Julian, son of this novelist. Who is Anne Rice? No, it's not Anne Rice. It is a male. His initials are NH. Yay. Yay for the Sens? No, I don't cheer for the Sens, but seeing Carolina get beat is always good. Alrighty. Reddit, are we playing or no? No worries, running fun. Anybody else know this is Nathaniel Hawthorne? All right, next question. Reddit, anybody want to play trivia? If not, it's all right. U.S. newspapers. This paper made news when it was threatened with lawsuits and ad cancellation by Mayor Xavier Suarez. Freedom. It was Nathaniel Hawthorne. You were sort of there, halfway there. Nawthorne? Is that a play on word, Rick, or a typo? I'm not sure. Anyways, U.S. newspapers. This paper made news when it was threatened with lawsuits and ad cancellation by Mayor Xavier Suarez. Rick, LA Times was what I was thinking too. It is not the LA Times. That was what I was thinking, Rick. Anybody else? Anybody playing? I see. Running. Michelle, it's a good guess, but it's not called the Miami Times. You can't just throw the Times behind every city and hope that some. Yeah, it wasn't Washington Post. It's not the New York Times. Juarez. Michelle had the right idea. She just didn't have the right paper. There we go. I see. Gets it. The Miami Herald is correct. Oh, here we go. I forgot. Fact or crap? Fact or Sacramento Bee? Fact or crap? If a corked wine has the faint smell of cat urine. Chances are the cork has been contaminated. Any wine drinkers out there? Is this fact or crap? If a corked wine has a faint smell of cat urine, chances are the cork has been contaminated. Michelle, you got to go out on a limb here. Fact or crap? 3 facts and 1 crap. Anybody on Reddit want to give it a whirl? Is that statement fact or crap? Running fine. Everybody thinking it's fact. Freedom. Wow. You will find out it is crap. Contaminated cork often makes wine smell more like a wet dog, not cat urine. Pinot Grigio. There's some sort of wine joke there. Alrighty. So it was crap. A lot of people. They're well written. I must give this. My son got it for me. They're well written because more often than not, people are being fooled. With a 50-50, that's kind of hard. But yeah, most people are getting fooled. So well written. All right. Oscar nominees. The last 2 sisters nominated against each other for Best Actress Oscar. It was for 1966. For or in? Anyways. The last 2 sisters nominated against each other for for the Best Actress Oscar. It was for 1966 Oscar, I guess. Yeah. So, Michelle, I don't know. It would have been a guess. Cat urine and wet dog doesn't sound that appetizing. Notes of wet dog. Running funk. All right, let's try one more time. Oscar nominee. The last 2 sisters nominated against each other for Best Actress. It was for 1966. I haven't heard of these ladies. So it's not the Bergmans, not Mills, SpaceX. I don't know. Betty White. Don't know who her sister is. No. Yeah, their last name contains a color. It's not de Havilland and Fontaine. Guess they weren't married. At least they're not giving married names, or they didn't take on their husband's names. Another option. Where is it? Is it Iceland now? It's illegal for the wife to take on the husband's name, I think. Illegal. I can see recommending against it, but making it illegal? There we go. Running Funk, you were very close. We'll give it to you. It's actually Vanessa. There we go. John gets the link of Betty, but good enough. All right, let's go here. Brown. Freedom, you're just throwing out famous last names there. 20th Century Women. In 1964, in a rare interview, she said, "All I want to be is the Jane Austen of South Alabama." Oh, you were close there, Running Funk. Wow, the numbers are a bit down tonight. Oh, well, maybe it's just you. Oh, yeah, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I don't know. I need to switch something up or probably do it less often. I was working on my first video, doing the editing just before this. So I'm getting pumped. All right, 20th Century Women. In 1964, in a rare interview, she said, "All I want to be is the Jane Austen of South Alabama." Oh, there we go. Sean comes up with it. Who is Harper Lee? Harper Lee. What, the women's game? Well, Browning Funk, be upset. I didn't even watch. I mean, I watched the highlights. I don't know. I said yesterday the Olympics are just not doing it for me this year for whatever reason. Alrighty. American history. Historically significant event of June 17th, 1972. It wasn't the fact that Mike the Canadian was 1 year and a few months old. That wasn't it. Anybody know? American history. Historically significant event of June 17th, 1972. Oh, I think I know. No. There we go. Reddit's done. Yeah, I don't even know where. Anyways, I had a decent. Yeah. There we go. Rick. It's actually the Watergate break-in, but I'm not sure on Jeopardy if Watergate would have been enough. But yeah, it's the night of the break-in. I was thinking it was the Munich. Was it U.S. based? I don't know. I should have guessed the Munich, terrorist attack, but that was not it. The technology sector. The technology sector. If you invested 84 for 4 shares of this company at its March 13th, 1986 IPO, you'd have 1,152 shares and $30,124.80 as of January 1st, 2006. It was only one of 2, and everybody's guessing the wrong one except for IC. What is Microsoft? And now it would be phenomenally more than that. Yes. Alrighty. International business. The effect name for this company, founded in 1943, refers to increased value of a product to a consumer whose own labor is needed. Oh, we've asked this before. Sorry. Anybody want to guess based on that? All right. No, not the Hoover effect. It's the IKEA effect. All right. African monarchs for a generous point. African monarchs for a generous point. Some devotees of this emperor, who died in 1975, trace his lineage to King Solomon and the Queen of Sheba. Anybody know? Hello, Den Joga. Oh, yes. Rick knows. Yes. Rick getting the first points of the night. Yes. Rick, Michelle, Denjoga all getting it correct. I was thinking Idi Amin, but I was thinking it might have been later than that. All right. 20th century science terms. This 4-letter word was introduced in London in 1905 by Dr. H.A. Desvaux of the Coal Smoke Abatement Society. Oh, I think I know. 20th century science terms. This four-letter word was introduced in London in 1905 by Dr. H.A. Desvois of the Coal Smoke Abatement Society. Yes. Rick and Sean getting it correct, as well as Mike the Canadian. What is smog? Not the dragon in Lord of the Rings. Or The Hobbit, I guess, technically. Notable groups. Harpo Marx was among this group when it met in New York City's Rose Room for the final time in 1943 and found there was nothing left to say. What would that be? Notable groups. Harpo Marx was among this group when it met in New York City's Rose Room for the final time in 1943 and found there was nothing left to say. Oh, I think we've maybe had this before, actually. Nobody knew. No, it's not the Marx Brothers. I don't know. I feel like I've had this. If anybody knows Ontario, has to do with it's probably a most famous provincial park. Somehow. Is still somehow is used in this name. Anybody? The Algonquin Round Table. All right, historic names. There, Rick. Yeah, it was the Algonquin's Round Table. Historic names. This man was killed in a duel in Weehawken, New Jersey, 2.5 years after his son died in a duel there. Yes, Algonquin. It's funny, I grew up in Canada. I went to camp worked at a camp for 4 years near Algonquin, and until about 5-6 years ago, I had never been to Algonquin. Finally made the trek, and now when we go to our in-laws, we go through Algonquin quite often. Historic names. This man was killed in a duel in Weehawken, New Jersey, 2.5 years after his son died there in a duel. Yes, Sean and Rick getting who is Alexander Hamilton. Alrighty. Ancient history. Battles at Trebia and Trasimene were among the victories of this man who was born in Africa and died near the Black Sea. Yes, Sean. We had tickets and then COVID hit. So when it comes back to Toronto, apparently we're going to get preferred chance to buy tickets. Anybody know? Ancient history. Battles at Trebia and Trasimene were among the victories of this man who was born in Africa and died near the Black Sea. It's not Anthony Alexander. I know our family doesn't want to watch Hamilton on Disney Plus before we see it in person. Michelle, yes, who is Hannibal? Hannibal the Great? Is that his name? I know it's not Hannibal Lecter, but I thought it was just Hannibal. I didn't know if he was known by Hannibal the Great. Anyways, games is a repeat question. Oops. Historic last lines. It concludes, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortunes, and our sacred honor. I'm not sure what that is. Historic last lines. It concludes, we mutually pledge to each other our lives, our fortune, and our sacred honor. Wow. How many Americans are playing today? Quite a few. It's not Knights of the Round Table. It's not the Algonquin Society or the Three Musketeers. Wow. No, it's a document we're looking for here, peoples. It's not Don Quixote. Anybody else? It's not the stonemasons. Wow, people know of it, but don't actually know what it says, apparently. There we go. Hugh finally getting it along with IC. What is the Declaration of Independence? Is correct. Alrighty. Baseball terms. Oh. Repeat. Tomorrow, I'm going out to get new. Maybe look at what I have. We might go back to Trivia Challenge. An 18th century poetry. 18th century poem that says, "Forever cursed be this detested day, which snatched my best and favorite curl away." Oh, there you go. Anybody get that? 18th century poetry. Poem that says, "Forever cursed to be this detested day, which snatched my best, my favorite curl away." Curl. Curl, not girl. Curl. So we're looking for a poem, not the author. Interesting name. Doesn't seem very poetic, this the name of this. It's not the Raven. Sean, you're not far off, actually, except a little bit more crass is how it comes across. No, it's The Rape of the Lock. Weird. Anyways, The Rape of the Lock. Holidays and observances. This observance began as a day to eat up all the stuff in your home you couldn't eat for the next 40 days. Yeah, I have no idea. This observance began as a day to eat up all the stuff in your home that you couldn't eat for the next 40 days. Yes, Fat Tuesday or Mardi Gras are correct. 20th century leaders. Time magazine's first mentioned him in 1939 when his father sent him on a diplomatic errand from London to Glasgow. '20th century leaders. Excuse me. Ugh. Don't know what happened there. 20th century. Time magazine first mentioned him in 1939 when his father sent him on a diplomatic errand from London to Glasgow. No, it is not Churchill. Let's say this person has nothing to do with British politics. because, who is Nigel Tufnell? No. Yeah, I'm not sure how you'd big brain this. Nothing to do with British monarchy. This man is not British. He's American. Is that enough? Who's Little Sprout? Who is Little Sprout? Is that like the Jolly Green Giant's little buddy or something? Anyways, it was John F. Kennedy. John F. Kennedy was mentioned in 1939. Ross Perot is actually closer than most of the other answers. Alrighty, business. This is a good question. Sorry, I thought it was a repeat, and it wasn't. Anyways, musicals. The two longest running musicals in Broadway history. Cameron McIntosh produced both of them. I think we've been asked individually the longest one, but both. The two longest running musicals in Broadway history. Cameron McIntosh produced them both. There we go. I see. Get it. What is Cats and no, Cats? No, it's not icy. I feel like I'm a little off today. I don't feel too bad, but Cats is one. We've established it's Cats. What is the other one? It's not the Phantom of the Opera. I told you earlier I had booked. Oh, maybe not. Phantom, Hamilton, and this in Toronto before COVID. We saw Phantom. There we go. I see. Gets it. Les Mis. But we missed Les Mis and Hamilton. So I got a big fat whopping credit at Mirvish Theaters. All right. 17th century people. So it was Cats and Les Mis. There we go. John got the full answer. 17th century people. Reverend John Robinson, minister to these people, wrote them a letter saying how upset he was not to be going with them. I think I know who this is. 17th century people. Reverend John Robinson, minister to these people, wrote them a letter saying how upset he was not to be going with them. There we go. I was thinking Quakers too, no, Paul, but it was the Pilgrims. Words and their use. Here we go. This is for a generous point. Words and their use. Oh, pen in hand. Originally an electronics word for an output signal returned as input. Today it means criticism or evaluation. What word is that? Oh. Yes, Denjoga, John and Sean, but Denjoga gets it first. So Rick and Denjoga getting the first two. Feedback is correct. In 1995, this is when the question's asked because it's asking for a historic reference, okay? This is the Olympics, 1995. It was the last national capital to host the Summer Olympic Games. I think I know. The Olympics, 1995. It was the last national capital to host the Summer Olympic Games. You guys LA, not a capital. There we go. Nopal got it actually with a bit of a typo. Sydney was after 95. Athens was like 2004 and 1896. Barcelona, not a capital. London is, but that was like 2014. Seoul, South Korea is correct. Nopal. Good job. Yes, Nopal. You haven't been first often, but you nailed that one. Shakespearean title characters. He's introduced as the triple pillar of the world, transformed into a strumpet's fool. Oh, have we done this one? I feel like we have. Shakespearean's title. He is introduced as this triple pillar of the world, transformed into a strumpet's fool. Oh, maybe not. Not sure. Shakespearean title characters. Anybody know who I'm referencing? It's not Othello. It's not Puck or Falstaff. Dinjoga is not even going to guess. Pretty big character. I've heard of him. Got it. Who is Mark Antony? Alrighty. Sports stars. He's the only athlete in history. This is back in 2002. He's the only athlete in history to play in both the Super Bowl and the World Series. There's two, but now I'm not sure. I think I know. The only athlete in history to play in both the Super Bowl and the World Series. Yes. Nailed it. I had the one of two. And Running Funk gets it as well. Who is Deion Sanders? Not Bo Jackson. I had both in mind, but went with Deion. Because I know he was... he beat the Cowboys, not single-handedly, to make it to the Super Bowl. And then I think he was with Atlanta when they were getting to the to the World Series quite often. So there we go. Whereas Bo, KC, and LA, I don't think they were contenders. Quotations from BC. BC as in before Christ. This work says victorious warriors win first and then go to war, while defeated warriors go to war first and then seek to win. Interesting. There you go. Yes. What is Sun Tzu's The Art of War? I remember back as a kid, one of my first strategy games was The Art of War. I can't remember exactly how it was played, we got quotes from Sun Tzu's The Art of War. That's where I learned about him. Alrighty. Mythological words and phrases. This prized object was the coat of the winged ram that flew Phrixus to safety. Did we catch that? Mythological words and phrases. This prized object was the coat of the winged ram that flew Phrixus to safety. Yeah, I think we've heard that one. I think you are correct there, Denjoga. And Risa, nice to see you. Rick, Risa, and I see. I'll get Golden Fleece, yes. Deadly creatures. The National Ocean Service says one lethal type of this bone-free creature is the most venomous marine animal. All right, deadly creatures. Then we have this one before. The National Service says one lethal type of this bone-free creature. One type. Yeah, I think we. Yeah. Oh no, it was jellyfish. I thought they wanted the type, but Yes, jellyfish. Artfully dodgy. Haven't seen you in a while, Sean. And running fun getting that. Alrighty. Word origins. This term for those not Roman or Greek derives from the fact their languages sound unintelligible. Word origins. The term for those not Roman or Greek derives from the fact that their languages sounded unintelligible. So it obviously must be a word that sounds funny. Not funny, but like you're just making. Oh. There we go. Denjoga gets it. What is barbarian? Barbarian. Supposed to sound like funny? Yes, barbarian. We go through more questions when there's no Reddit on the line. College sports history. To prevent rivals from reading its hand signals, this university is said to have originated the huddle around 1892. Huh. Anybody know? We're looking for a university there, Rick. To prevent rivals from reading its hand signal, this university is said to have originated the huddle around 1892. Like, how would you know this? It's not any big name. It's some obscure name I've never heard of. Unless it was like Huddle University. Like, come on. All right, I'm just going to give the answer. I'm so upset. I'm going to storm off with this question. What is Gallaudet University? G-A-L, Gal, A-U, Au, Det, or D-E-T, Gallaudet University. Anybody heard of it? Why would you know that? Somebody in November 11th, November 21st, 2000, would be really upset. 3 people might have been really upset with that question. Like, who knows that? I've heard of it. But how? How do you big brain it? Oh, Chipper. Yeah, because it mentions hand signal. I'm like, the huddle was actually just to talk. Ah, there we go. That's why. Yeah. See, you could big brain it. Thank you. Because at first when I read that, I'm like, hand signals. Well, that's from the sideline, but yes. Alrighty. Thank you. I won't storm off now, Chipper, because you explained it to us how you could big brain it. Actor directors. It's rare to get Oscar nominations for Best Director and Best Actor for the same film. He is one of 2 who did it twice. Did we ask this before? Actor directors. It's rare to get Oscar for Best Director and Best Actor for the same film. He's one of 2 who did it twice. So we're getting Clint Eastwood is correct. Anybody guess the second one? It's not Woody Allen, Costner, Hanks. Oh, who else? So Artfully Dodger, Chipper, and IC got that. It's not Costner and Benini. What can I? He wore a yellow suit in one of his movies. If I could think of the name of the movie, I'd tell it to you. Think of it. It's the only movie I know he's in for sure. It's not Matt Damon. This was asked in 2011, so I'm not sure if Has Matt Damon directed a lot? I know he's written some stuff. Anyways, anybody? Yellow Suit? Does that help anybody? There we go. John gets it. Who is Warren Beatty? All right. I'm going to ask another generous point question. Then we're going to have a few more questions, and I'm going to wrap it up a little early tonight, I think. I had a good show at 9:30. There was a few people. Funny, Old Man's Belt. He got banned for a week on Reddit for a comment, at least from distant socializing. So he had to come up with a new name. Anyways, he was there, but he didn't come. Yes, Running Funk. So it was interesting to read about Running Funk's. What was it, brother-in-law? This is the test to see if they can deflect an asteroid in the doomsday, Armageddon type scenario that something hurtling towards Earth. Can they do it? It's supposed to happen in November of this year. It took off. When did it take off? I forgot. January? I told my wife about it. She wasn't nearly as interested as I was. So, yeah, November it's supposed to hit. Yeah, it'll be interesting. They're hitting an asteroid that's going around another asteroid to see how it impacts the orbit around it. So by hitting one that's already circling another asteroid, they'll actually see. Whereas if they hit one randomly in space, they wouldn't get a real sense as to how much it's actually changed its course. So it's kind of interesting. Alrighty. That's our little connection with Running Funk. All right, national holidays. This is for a generous point. June 23rd. National Day in this country began as a celebration of the birthday of Grand Duchess Charlotte. I cannot repeat the question. I looked at the answer. So, Grand Duchess Charlotte. I see. Gets the point. Yes. Luxembourg. I was thinking, for some reason, the Netherlands as well. And then I was going to Denmark. But it's Luxembourg. I see. Joins Rick and Dinjoga. The points tonight. All right. Computers. In 2003, Dell made this computer part on its PCs an option. Apple had stopped including it on Macintosh 5 years earlier. Computers. In 2003, Dell made this computer part on its PC an option. Apple had stopped including it on the Macintosh 5 years earlier. I can't believe this is the answer. I thought of it, and I thought 2003 is ridiculous. But Anjan and Arisa get it. Oh, I guess John too. Rick, that's a little. Anyways, it was the floppy disk drive. Diskette drive. I'm not going to mediate these. Oh, because that was not a generous. 2003 Dinjoga. I had my first laptop 1998. So I had already had a laptop for 5 years and Dell was still putting floppies out. It's hard to imagine. No, I had it in 97. 97 was my first laptop. And here they are 6 years later, still producing floppy disks. Drives with theirs. Anyways, leading men. One of two actors who have earned Acting Academy Award nominations in the last 5 consecutive decades. This is in, what is that, 2006. Who would that be? Leading men. One of two actors who have earned Acting Academy Award nominations in the last 5 consecutive decades. Yeah, I see. It was still called a floppy disk, but they were a little bit more solid. It was still called a floppy disk, despite its the littler size. Oh, wow. Yeah, Hanks, I think, was too young at that time for that to happen. There we go. Artfully dodging. Gets, yes, Jack Nicholson was one of them. Anybody guess the other one? No, it's not Newman or Heston or Eastwood. Again, Daniel Day-Lewis, I think, a bit young. Anybody guess the other one? Not sure who Tom is there, Daman. Yeah, I know who he is. I can see his face. Couldn't tell you. I don't know. I've seen a movie of him where he was in a bank heist with a couple other famous characters. It's a comedy. No, not Connery. I can't even remember the name of the movie. There we go. John gets it. Who is Michael Caine? Anybody know the movie I just saw? I think it was on the plane this summer. Or this past summer. What was it? It was like a bunch of. Oh, I think it was with Morgan Freeman. Morgan Freeman, Michael Caine, and some other oldie. Oh, Going Out with a Bang or something silly like that. The Big Hit. Michelle? I can't remember. Literally, when you see it on the plane, it's not League of Extraordinary Gentlemen. When you see it on the plane, it's like you click it on, you watch it, and sometimes I just gone. Yeah, I don't think The Big Hit. It doesn't sound right. Somebody look it up. Michael Caine, Morgan Freeman. For my own sanity. Explorers. In 1870, thankful that I'm here to welcome you. It wasn't Miss Congeniality. Explorers. Nobody's going to look it up for me? Come on, IMDb it. Explorers. In 1871, he answered, yes, I feel thankful that I'm here to welcome you. Oh, of course. Now You See Me? Oh, man. Yeah, I think it's Now You See Me, Michelle. It's not The Dark Knight. Now You See Me. That sounds wrong, but yes, that's who I was thinking too as well. I see artfully. Oh no, Rick got it first. Livingston. Yes, David, Dr. Livingston. All right, 2 more questions. Then we're wrapping it up. 50-minute show. Sister Cities? I don't think Going in Style. That's the one. Thank you, John. Going in Style. Finally. Sister Cities. Yeah, the other one that, Now You See Me. Yeah, that didn't sound right. Going in Style. Sister Cities. San Francisco, California is a sister city to this one in Italy. And we know because you could big brain this. San Francisco is a sister city to this one in Italy. San Francisco is a sister city to, there we go, artfully daughter gets it. Yes, what is Assisi for St. Francis of Assisi? Artfully dodgy. Pulls it in. Alrighty. Here we go. Joining Rick Denjoga and I see the first person to answer this. Ancient Rome. General Publius Scipio won the surname Africanus for bearing this man at the 2002 BC battle for beating this man at the 2002 BC Battle of Zama. I feel like I'm making these names up. This is for a generous point and is wrapping up our night. Anybody? Ancient Rome. General Publius Scipio won the surname Africanus for beating this man at the 2002 BC Battle of Zama. I see. Anybody? 3, 2, 1. It was Hannibal again. Hannibal. So we learned he was born in Africa, died in the Black Sea. Anyways, yeah, that's why it was Africanus, because he was born in Africa, right? Okay. I'm gonna make this I'm gonna make this harder than the original trivia question. Okay. State capitals. Here we go. Why are you sad, Michelle? No need to be sad. Name the two letters. Name the two letters that begin the names of 6 state capitals more than any other. So I need 2 letters in your answer. Don't do it one by one. 2 letters. Which 2 letters begin the names of 6 state capitals more than any other? Only answer once, because this is what do you call it? Oh, I asked the question. Yeah, John and Rick didn't. There we go. I felt like I didn't ask it right, but obviously other people understood. Anybody else want to give it a guess? Split down the middle of people who understood my question and people who didn't. All right, I'm gonna ask a new one. It was CNS. So everybody, or 2 people had the S. Nobody had the C. All righty. Here we go. I guess John, Rick, and no Paul, you were thinking together. It was supposed to be 2 separate letters. Anyways, doesn't matter. We're moving on. Science words for a generous point. The biological term for cell division was I'm pretty sure, yes. Oh, maybe not. I thought it was a similar question, but all right. Here we go. Summer Olympic venues. All right. Summer Olympic venues. This is from 2003. Okay. The only time the host country failed to win a gold medal was at the Olympics held in this Western Hemisphere city. Alrighty. I was trying hard to mask my sadness, but it's Montreal, Canadians, we were not able to secure in our first 2 Olympics on Canadian soil a gold medal. But then in Vancouver, it might have been bested. We had the most gold medals ever by any country in any Olympics. Winter Olympics, sorry, was Canada. So we made up for it. Yeah, the Canadian Summer Olympics. Montreal in 76. Anyways. So yes, us Canadians, we waited till 2010 to see a Canadian win a Canadian gold on, and then we went and set the record for the most golds ever by any nation in the Winter Olympics. It probably has been best. Think about those most X medals ever. In general, the Olympics is getting bigger and bigger, right? So every Olympics, there's usually more sports, and they don't tend to reduce them too many. So there's always more and more medals being handed out. So I assume our Canadian record has been broken, or our record. Here we go. World cities. This is for a generous point. We are going to give this away. A member of the Hanseatic League. This city won a 4-letter name. This city with a 4-letter name was once known as the Paris of the Baltic. World cities. A member of the Hanseatic League. This city with a 4-letter name was once known as the Paris of the Baltic. I know what this one is, I think. Oh, no. Did we ask this one before? No, I don't think we did. Rick. It was Riga. Okay, people are having challenges with 4 letters, with the Baltic. I thought it was Oslo, which I guess is actually outside of the Baltic. So what do I know? Yes, Riga. Rick gets 2. There we go. Just so you can see, Rick gets 2, Denjoga ICL. To do that, if I ever lose this, then I can just go to the end and see what the answer is. Alrighty, guys. Thanks so much. If you're tiredly starting out, we will see you tomorrow, 9:30 if you want to hear a travel story or two, and 10 o'clock for more trivia. And sign up to Generous Travelers if you haven't already. Alrighty, guys. Have a good night. We will see you. Bye now.